You know I tell myself this. You know I tell myself this is a nightmare. You know I tell myself this. You know I tell myself this. You know I tell myself this is a nightmare. You know what? 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 You
Alright guys, welcome to the video. Today is going to be a day in the life of a YouTuber, which is kind of odd because as a YouTuber, my purpose on this planet is to create content. So making a video about what I do during the day, when what I do during the day is create content, is kind of a little bit mixed up. But we run a business and we make smoothies and stuff, so I'm going to take you through kind of the typical day and try to show you as much as possible. But we're going to start off with a fruit smoothie because that's what I try to do every single morning. Now this weekend when I was hanging out at the expo, I was with Ali Bess. You guys may know her as Ali Fit Freak, and she was talking down on my smoothie. And first I was like, how dare you, don't ever disrespect my smoothie. But then she kind of had a point that if you eat the same nutrients every day, your body kind of gets used to it. You're not getting a lot of the different vitamins and minerals. So we're gonna step it up, version 2.0. So we have our normal stuff in here, tons of different fruit, strawberries, mangoes, pineapple, peaches, and bananas for our potassium. We have our Greek yogurt. We have 1 scoop. Usually we do 2 scoops. We're gonna do 1 today of the blueberry toaster pastry protein. We had some spinache, but here's where we're gonna level it up where she says that I need to up my game. We have chia and flaxseed seeds blend. We have some chai powder, and we have some Gucci berries, just like Lil Pump, Fly Private Jet. By the way, it's acai, I know. 3 tablespoons, not to be confused with teaspoons. 1.5 teaspoons, not to be confused with a tablespoon. And 3 tablespoons, not to be confused with a teaspoon. Smells like rabbit food. So these are gonna give us a lot of, so all of these things are kind of like superfood. So the reason we went with these is, the reason we went with this stuff is that these are essentially, the reason we went with these is that they are superfoods. So they're high in your omega-3 fatty acids, you have a lot of fiber, you have essential amino acids, you have antioxidants. It's just a lot of health benefits, but these are expensive. For all 3 of these things, it was about 50 bucks. But you're like, you can't put a price on your health. I can, it's about 50 bucks. So we are gonna add our water and we are gonna blend this up. And as long as it doesn't taste absolutely terrible, I think this would be a good addition to make our sick smoothie even sicker, dude. Did you think I was gonna do it? All right, the color is definitely different because of all the seeds. Moment of truth. Doesn't smell bad. It's still very, very good. If we had added a 2nd scoop of the blueberry protein, I think that would have made it even more berry tasting, but this is still fantastic. Not our normal green color, but it'll do, pig, it'll do. By the way, let's go ahead and address the elephant in the room, okay? Where's the elephant, you might ask? It's on my forehead. Oh my gosh, man. You ever see people that are like, oh my God, dude, you have a big pimple on your forehead? It's like, yeah, bitch, I know. So as you guys know, I own a company. It is Ever Forward Apparel, if you didn't know. And today we have to go in and handle some bank stuff, some wire transfers at BB&T, which is where I have my business accounts. Wire transfers are sending a large amount of money overseas via a wire, via the internet, via space satellite technology to our suppliers so they can start making all the items for our bulk orders. Now, something we have learned from over the years is to always get ahead of ourselves. So I'm actually sending wire transfers out for January and March orders. So basically winter and spring, and I've already paid for the fall launch, which is in October. So I've already paid for 3 launches of inventory, and I have not seen a return on that money yet. So as you see, in the clothing business, the more you scale, you don't want to go spend all your money on Lamborghinis and Ferraris in my garage for the knowledge, because you need a heavy cash flow to get ahead of yourself. Now, each time we do a wire, it is about $65, so you want to consolidate as much as possible. But when you have clothing, you have samples that you finalize and you want to get going because you want to put them on a boat so they can take about 30, 45 days to get here, and it's going to save you a lot of money on shipping, you have to pay way ahead of time. So heavy cash flow, be ahead of yourself, do some wire transfers when necessary, and get business done, dude. Today's wire amount will be... Mona.
Hi.
What time did I ask you to be here?
Hold on, Nora. You asked me to be here at 1:45. It's 2:09 and you're late again.
I was getting angles.
Yeah.
Today, can you make sure that you don't act like you hate me in the video?
I never hate you. Turn around.
Lying to me in front of the people. Oh, what a beautiful day. Pretty hot. Mona, I'm filming a day in the life of a sick YouTuber, and one thing that we do is eat at bougie Chipotle wannabes. Can I just get 4 scoops of the tomato and cucumber, and then 1 scoop of banana peppers, please? Thank you. Mona, since we already know that you choose less superior foods, such as Cabo over Chipotle, what's your thoughts on honeydew, the fruit? Yeah, trash, I know.
And so does not have a taste.
It's a filler fruit. They put it in...
It's mushy.
It's mushy. It's gross. Mona, what have we been doing for the past 2 hours or so?
Max, for the past 2 hours, we have been going over samples, making adjustments to samples, writing down changes, putting the changes on the computer, so Max can tell the suppliers.
Right. So, Mona and I like to sit down and have these meetings whenever we get new samples in. So we have a lot of stuff for the next year or so for women's items and new men's items. And it's very important to take all the information from your brain hole and transfer it onto, like, in an organized, structured database, because that's what I didn't do before I had Mona come and help me. So she's been a great aid, and it's good to see things planned out as they go. And I kind of, oh, here, hold this camera right here. Mm-hmm. So I want to kind of show you guys the process, because I get a lot of questions about, like, oh, why didn't this item come out? Why is your summer launch in August, Max? Why is your spring launch not in March? Like, you're launching swim trunks in August. Guys, I want to launch everything as soon as possible. Let me just give you an idea for timelines right here, okay? So when you first initially go into any sort of sample, they have to find the fabric, right? That can take anywhere from 2 to 3 days for them to find, you know, a softness, the thickness, the colors, the fabric blend, whatever, right? Then they have to make the sample right there. Then they have to ship you the sample. That takes time. Then you have to test the sample, and what that means is you wear it, you wash it, you wear it, you wash it, you stretch it, you squat in it, you make sure there's no you know, blatant defects that you can see after a couple times wearing and washing and drying and whatnot, right? And then 9 times out of 10, you always have to adjust the first round sample. It's very, very rare that you would get it right on the first go. So that's another 7 to 14 days to remake the sample, and that's assuming you only do 1 change. Right? There's lots of samples that we've gone through 3, 4, 5 times, and imagine going through this entire process 4 times, and just, you know, you can add up all those days. So then, once they have the final new sample, you test the final one, make sure it's all good to go. So you're like, sweet, no time, I'm gonna place this order, right? So you place the bulk order, guess what? It's gonna take a month to a month and a half just to make those items, and then you're like, sweet, I wanna save money instead of paying like $10,000 to ship hoodies via air freight, which only takes 2 or 3 days. You want to be ahead of yourself, so then you can put it on a sea shipment, which is going to save you probably anywhere from like 60 to 80% on shipping, but that takes 30 to 45 days, right? So from conception of a product until it gets to your door, at minimum, you're looking at 84 days or around 3 months, or at the maximum, and that's assuming there's no snags or delays in production, 137 days, which is around 4.5 months. So if you want to launch an item in summer, you need to essentially start working on it almost 5 months before you actually want to launch it, and that's assuming that it doesn't take 10 times to go through things. So that's why, like, you have to be so far ahead of yourself. That's why we're working on the winter in January. That's why we're working on spring. We already have some summer concepts because these are when you want to launch it. And every single time that you get a new product, you're always trying to improve it. You're trying to find better fabric. You're trying to find fabric that's going to be maybe more durable after, you know, 2 months of testing something. Then you realize that there's something you can improve on. But you always have to be on the move, and that's very, very important. And that's why it takes me a long time to get stuff done. And now Kevin over here is working on, what are you doing, dude?
Printing out orders.
Printing out orders. He does customer service. He handles those emails as they come in on the daily. He makes sure that all the orders get to where they need to go in an efficient amount of time. So every day he comes in and handles all of that. He has been a big help because I used to do all of this stuff myself. So bringing on Mona and Kevin to help me has been an essential part of growing this business. And 2019 is going to be our biggest year yet. And it just, you have to scale and you have to think big. And we're already placing orders for like Texas so we can put it on the sea shipment and go there. But this type of stuff takes a lot of time. And then in between orders, or in between, like, you know, sampling products, then you need to be conceptualizing new items and what are you going to launch at the end of the year. Like, what am I going to, there's just a lot that goes into it, and this is like a lot of my day-to-day because samples are coming in probably every single week and we want to make adjustments as they come in. But dude, are you ready to work out, man?
Yeah, dude. Back and buys?
What?
Back and buys?
Back and buys, dude. Back and buys for the guys, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Today is back and biceps in the gym, and as a YouTube professional extraordinaire like myself, I made a career out of filming myself doing bicep curls and whatnot, and for some reason you guys like watching it. I used to get made fun of by my friends when I go to parties, like, hey Max, why aren't you filming yourself doing bicep curls, you nerd? Why don't you keep drinking your Bud Light Lime, you girl? Now look at me. I made it, Mom. Anyway, there's a couple variations of how I film my content in the gym, so I try not to be repetitive, so I just kind of cycle through a couple different variations. We have the first one, which is a tried and true classic. It is the workout commentary. Hey guys, and welcome to the commentary portion of my video. Today I'm going to take you through my pull workout. Now I like to start with a vertical rowing motion, so the lat pull down is a great exercise. Now what you're going to want to do is make sure that you're pulling through your elbows and getting that full contraction. We want to fully extend it at the top, and when we go down, you want to squeeze at the bottom. I like to keep my reps between 8 to 12, but if I'm feeling a little crazy, I might even go to 15. Variation number 2 is sick workout edit.
Hey!
Oh God, I'm a
Go, right there.
Oh crap.
All that claps.
Variation number 3 is using the 70 to 200 f2.8 lens. We get a lot of different angles. We don't put any voiceover. We don't put any music. It's just straight gym footage. We keep it 100% raw, dog. Unlike what you should do on a Saturday night. Roll the footage.
Get into that, like, defensive stance of training. This is foundation goes in.
That sounds good. Every once in a while, the gym I work out.
So Chipotle was delicious, as usual. I do have it every single day, guys. Okay, Steve is back. I mean, he is just like, he is back in full force. And let me give you a piece of advice. Whenever you have a giant pimple and you want to pop it, just don't, because whenever you think it's ready, it's not. And it's literally just like, you're going to try and you're just going to be like, ow! And it's going to go, ha 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 ha, you fool! And then it just grows so big. So we're just going to deal with it. Steve's back. I'm going to take a shower and then hop on the computer and probably edit and whatnot. By the way, I did get these Crest 3D white strips with this like little light thing that you see everyone like promoting not the Crest one, but they promote that thing on Instagram. If you want me to like document this, I usually wipe my teeth like 2-3 times a year, but maybe I can like show you the before, show you like, I don't know, a couple days in and whatnot. Let me know, this isn't like a paid thing. I wish it was paid, but yeah, it is not. So, I actually take pretty long showers, I'm not gonna lie. I usually just like sit down, I play some Drake music, and it's just a fantastic time. Yeah, I just think about sad stuff a lot. A lot of people are always like, oh my gosh, Max, you're so like down on yourself, dude. Probably deep down you're actually lonely. No, it's a joke, idiots. The things I do for YouTube videos, right? 2 Maxxes, so cool, dude. All right, so it's currently 9:45. I'm watching some Fortnite videos. I listen to music and whatnot while I chat with my suppliers. Been doing this for about an hour. As you see, my night is filled with color booklets and fabric swatches and whatnot. And I have to basically take all the information that I talked with Mona about and deliver it over to my supplier so we can get new samples being made. We can reorder some stuff that was really popular, such as like the athletic shorts, performance shorts, casual shirts, because I want those for spring, but we need to go ahead and place them order now so we can get them on a boat so we can save a lot of money. And I do have like 3 suppliers, so I talk to each one in different amounts of time each night depending on where we are in our sample timeline, and this usually takes me about 2 hours each night. And the reason that I have to do it all super late is because there's a 12-hour time difference, so I can only start talking to them at about 8 at night until about midnight, and then I get super sleepy and then I go to bed, or I can talk to them very early in the morning where it's nighttime for them, where they can take notes for the next day. So because of that time difference and because of the language barrier, it takes a little bit longer than I probably prefer all this to do. And I have no middleman, I have no designer that kind of talks to manufacturers for me. I do everything. I've been doing it for a long time. I have a great, oh my God, I got a cramp in my biceps. I'm working out so hard. I have a great relationship with my suppliers, so that's very key with any sort of manufacturing, is to build that relationship, build that trust. I really do enjoy all this though. Like I love clothing, I love improving, and I love just leveling up the company and just always trying to deliver the best that I can do. But we should be able to finish this up pretty soon. I'm gonna go get some more water. I like to hydrate. I like to eat snacky poos. Like we have some delicious little pop chips. These are actually really good. They're very spicy, a lot more spicy than I imagined. But yeah, exciting stuff. Clothing, YouTube life.
Oh!
Come on me. But if I get anything, I need that pump. Actually, fuck that, tack.
There's pump, dude.
Another one here, back here.
Nice.
There's one guy, right there next to me.
Hold on, here we go.
Oh no, I'm down.
Oh! Whoa! Let's go!
So it is 1:45 in the morning, stream for longer than I usually do. I try to stream every night from about 10:30 to midnight. We went a little longer this evening, but I really enjoy Twitch because it's like another way to interact and be social with people. So instead of at nighttime me watching Netflix or me watching a movie, you know, by myself in my bed, why not play video games, which I already like to do, right? But do it in a way that's still interacting with people, which is still hanging out, which is still another way for people to discover me through Twitch, right? And then they find my YouTube, then they find my Instagram, and I think it's just a full circle thing. And we usually have about 150 to 200 people in the chat. We're having a good time. We're having some laughs. We're having some frustrating plays, and I've thoroughly enjoyed doing it. So I look at it as a more productive way to have downtime. But that is my typical day. Obviously, each of my videos is kind of like a day in the life, but this is more explanation. Some days are more content creation focused. Some days are a lot more editing. Some days have a lot of emails. Some days have more phone calls. Some days have more ever forward apparel work. There's always something to be done, but there also are days where I do have maybe a lot of free time. The biggest thing with me is I never want to turn my channel into just a way to push, you know, products or promotions or clothing. And I know that I do that in a lot of my videos, but that's a part of what my life. But I still care very much about creating entertaining content. I hope you guys understand that the videos that I put out, you can tell that like I'm I'm a content creator at heart, right? I love business. I love obviously making a living for myself. I want to keep growing, but entertaining you guys and making you laugh and making you smile is a big part of what I do. I know a lot of times people are like, oh my gosh, Max is like so immature. His jokes, he tries too hard. Yeah, I'm sure you're a lot of fun at parties, but I kind of hype up my personality. I go a little bit more animated than I am in real life. I mean, I'm pretty weird in real life as well, and I say stupid things, but at the end of the day, I'm just trying to entertain you guys. I'm trying to make you laugh. I'm saying stupid stuff on purpose. You know, I'm maybe acting a little more immature than I am in real life, but I hope that I can make you smile, make you laugh, you know, whatever. And next year, it's gonna be strictly dog vlogs. No more crappy jokes by your boy. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, seeing an insight into my brain hole, smash the thumbs up button. I put a lot of work into this, so I hate when people say that. Like, I put a lot of effort into this. I try to put effort on my videos, all my videos. That's why the title and the thumbnail shouldn't matter. Oh my gosh, I hate when you just complain to my videos. Get off my channel. Oh my gosh, I hate when you talk back to the subscribers. Get off my channel. Love you guys. Peace.